This video will show you how to set up motion tracking effects in SignalRGB. You'll be able to hover your hand over your devices and they'll light up based on your hand's position, almost like magic. Before you configure motion tracking in SignalRGB, you'll need to connect a camera to your PC and allow SignalRGB to access it. Click on the Windows icon on the taskbar, type in Camera Privacy Settings, and select the setting window. In this menu, you can grant applications access to your camera, find SignalRGB, and toggle the camera access to on. Now that SignalRGB has access to our camera, return to the software. Click the Settings button in the bottom left-hand side of the screen and select Video. Click the Use Camera toggle. Now the camera feed will replace the screen capture input when an effect that utilizes capture is active. If it says Capture Inactive, that just means the currently active SignalRGB effect is not using capture. Note, you may need to select a specific camera if you have multiple camera devices connected to your PC. Close the Settings menu and return to the Discover page. In the search bar, type in Motion Tracking and select the motion tracking effect and apply it. Navigate to the lighting page to explore the effects options. There will be splashes of color on the canvas whenever there is movement on the camera. SignalRGB is analyzing the camera feed, and whenever there is movement, color is overlaid in that space. You'll need to adjust some settings for the best results. Let's start by positioning the boundary box over the specific device we want to monitor for movement, the keyboard. We'll click the Camera Setup Mode toggle to switch the canvas to a live camera feed. The zoom slider allows us to focus on a specific part of the video frame. The software will only look for movement within the rectangle. Zoom Center X allows us to move the rectangle across the canvas. And Zoom Center Y allows us to move the rectangle up and down. We'll manipulate the rectangle to only cover our keyboard within the video frame. Now the lighting effect will only trigger when we move our hands over the keyboard. The next thing we'll want to change is the camera orientation. For my setup, since the camera is pointed down at the keyboard from the opposite side of me, I'll need to change the camera orientation or the lighting effect of my movements will be displayed incorrectly. From the drop-down, I'll select Upside Down. This is the correct option for most people that will be using a webcam mounted at the top of their monitor. At this point, you'll need to configure your keyboard in the Layout tab. Click on the button in the upper right hand of the application. From the list of devices, select your keyboard and adjust its position so it takes up the majority of the canvas. Returning back to the Effect tab via the upper right hand button, toggle off the Camera Setup Mode and see the motion tracking in action. It looks like it's working pretty well, but there's still some blank spaces where movement should be captured. This means you need to adjust the sensitivity setting. Tune the slider until you get a good balance of capturing enough movement without filling the canvas with too much noise. Now that motion tracking is functional, you can begin by changing the aesthetic qualities. By default, the color mode is set to rainbow. You can change that via the color mode dropdown. Custom color allows you to select a color from the menu below. White makes the color of the movement white. Original color will display the default colors from the camera feed. Let's select custom color and pick a vivid green. You can also select the background color. For instance, you can change the background from no lighting to purple. The last setting you can change is the trail length. Clicking the drop-down will give you a list of options to try out. None displays the motion exactly as it was captured, while long produces an ethereal effect, as if I am weaving a dark necromantic hex. Now the motion tracking effect is all set up. Moving your hands around the keyboard causes it to light up, matching your hand's movement. For more information on SignalRGB motion tracking, SignalRGB community channels, or support for the application, check out the video's description below. Thanks for watching.